The note trembled in Amara Jackson's fingers. 3 words in shaky Korean. Don't drink this. She felt Min-jae Park's eyes on her dark skin, felt every deadly second ticking past, felt the poison sitting in that crystal glass inches from his lips. The lounge's jazz couldn't drown out her thundering heart. This was the choice. Stay invisible like she'd trained herself for 3 years in Seoul, or save the life of Gangnam's most dangerous man, and lose her invisibility forever. 12 hours earlier, Amara smelled like vanilla body spray and kimchi grease. At 5:47 a.m., she was already on her second job, delivering breakfast on her second-hand bicycle. Her feet ached in twice-resoled shoes. Her back screamed from the cleaning shift she'd finished an hour ago. But her hands stayed steady because tips meant her sister Imani's college tuition got paid. 3 years in Seoul. 3 years of making herself small, quiet, invisible. She'd perfected it in Atlanta, before the restraining order against her ex Marcus, before she'd drained her savings for a one-way ticket to Korea. By 2 p.m., she was preparing for her evening shift at Velvet Pearl Lounge. The upscale venue catered to Seoul's elite. Politicians, CEOs, and men whose wealth came from places polite society didn't question. She'd been working there 6 months when Min-jae Park became a regular. He arrived every Thursday at 9 p.m. sharp. 6'2" of cold authority in suits that cost more than her yearly salary. Sharp jawline, eyes like black ice, hair styled perfectly back. Beautiful and terrifying. Everyone knew the name. Everyone feared it. Third-generation crime family. His security always swept the lounge first, 4 men checking exits, positioning themselves strategically. When Min-jae entered, conversations lowered. Posture straightened. Amara had been assigned a section by accident. She'd served him with practiced invisibility, Chivas regal, neat, no ice, and disappeared back into shadows. "Thank you," he'd said in thick accented English. That was 6 months ago. Every Thursday since, minimal interactions. He never leered. Never let his eyes linger. He treated her with cool distance. Until tonight. Thursday, November 14th. Rain hammered Seoul streets. Amara's feet screamed by 8 p.m. after 11 hours of work. 3 more hours, she told herself. Then collapse and repeat tomorrow. Min-jae's team arrived at 8:47 p.m. Same routine. But something felt different. A prickling at her neck. Instinct honed from years of reading danger. She'd learned this with Marcus, when his eyes changed before his fists flew. 2 Americans sat at the bar. Mid-40s. Expensive watches. Loud voices. Amara moved past, clearing a nearby table. They didn't lower their voices. Why would they? They assumed no one here spoke English. 30 minutes tops, one said, face flushed red. Once the drink hits his system. The bartender came through? $5 grand. Park drinks it, 15 minutes later he's choking. Heart attack. Clean. Untraceable. Amara's hands stilled. The ice prints melting from the inside out. Poetic. His old man dies. He goes soft trying to clean up. Now the real players take back control. What about witnesses? Who's gonna talk? By the time they figure out it was poison, we'll be in Hong Kong. The Zhao family will have Gangnam by midnight. They clinked glasses. Amara forced herself to move, to breathe. This isn't your problem. Stay invisible. Her father's face flashed through her mind, found shot in an alley when she was 12. Gang crossfire. Nobody warned him. Not your problem. Through the window, Min-jae's Mercedes arrived. He emerged into rain, immaculate in charcoal. His eyes swept the lounge with professional assessment, landing briefly on Amara. Something flickered. Recognition? Then gone. His bodyguards signaled the bar. The poison drink would be prepared now. Amara's feet moved before her brain caught up. She grabbed her order pad, approached on trembling legs. Min-jae sat reading his phone, face illuminated by cold screen glow. He didn't look up. Young the bartender appeared with a prepared drink, hands shaking as he set it on her tray. Their eyes met. He looked terrified. $5 grand to kill a man. How much debt was Young carrying? She lifted the tray. The crystal glass sparkled innocent amber. Her father died, choking on blood in a dirty alley. She walked to Min-jae's table. Set down the drink with a soft click. His cologne hit her, cedar and bergamot and expensive darkness. He looked up. Their eyes met. Black, cold, unreadable. A killer's eyes. She'd been invisible to him for 6 months. But in that heartbeat, he saw her. Saw her shaking hands. Saw her terrified face. Miss Jackson, he said quietly, using her name for the first time. Are you well? Her throat closed. She couldn't speak, couldn't warn him. So she did the only thing possible. She pulled out her pad, scribbled 3 words in shaky Korean. Don't drink this. Tore off the page, slid it under his glass. Let her hand linger too long against white tablecloth. Their eyes met again. She saw him read it, saw understanding dawn. Then his hand shot out and closed around her wrist. Not rough, but firm. Absolute. The lounge tilted. His hand was warm, scarred. She felt his pulse steady, controlled, lethal. Sit, he commanded quietly. I can't. Sit. His men moved. 2 toward the bar. 1 behind Amara. 1 speaking rapid Korean into his phone. Min-jae never released her wrist. You read English? He asked the Americans, voice carrying like a blade. Both men froze, faces white. I thought so. He spoke Korean to his men. They moved toward the Americans. Toward Young. Please, Amara whispered. I heard them. I didn't want. You saved my life. He lifted her hand, pressed lips to her knuckles. And now you've made yourself a target. The Americans tried to run. Didn't make it to the door. Young fell to his knees, sobbing. The lounge went silent. Min-jae released her wrist only to cup her face, his palms warm against her cheeks. His thumbs wiped tears she hadn't realized were falling. What's your full name?
Amara.
Amara Jackson. He said it slowly, tasting each syllable. You have a choice. Walk out, and I'll have you on a plane anywhere by morning. Safe, compensated, disappeared. Or... His eyes bore into hers, black ice beginning to melt. Or come with me now. Let me protect you properly. Because the moment you gave me that note, you stopped being invisible. The people who wanted me dead will come for you next. She should run, should choose safety. But his hands cradled her face like she was precious, like he saw her. And she realized she'd forgotten what it felt like to be seen. I have a sister. In Atlanta. College. I send money. She'll be protected. Provided for. You have my word. I don't even know you. You know I keep my promises. You know I protect what's mine. His thumb traced her cheekbone. And the moment you saved my life, you became mine to protect. Chaos erupted. His men dragging prisoners to back exits. Sirens wailing. Managers shouting. But Min-jae held Amara's face like she was the only thing that mattered. Come with me, he said. Not command. Plea. She thought of 3 years of invisibility, morning shifts and aching feet, and making herself forgettable. She thought of his hands on her face, and how he said her name like prayer. Okay, she whispered. Everything changed. He stood, pulling her up. His arm wrapped around her waist, possessive, protective, permanent. His men circled them both. She's with me now, Min-jae announced in Korean, then English. Anyone who touches her answers to me personally. They walked into rain together. Into his world. Into danger and luxury and impossible life. His Mercedes gleamed black at the curb. He opened the door himself, handed her inside like royalty, slid in beside her, and pulled her against his side. You're safe now, he murmured into her hair. I've got you. The car pulled away from Velvet Pearl. Away from her old life. Away from invisibility. Amara Jackson had saved the Ice Prince's life. And in return, he'd made her visible. Will Amara survive in Min-jae's dangerous world? Keep watching to find out. Before we go on, it took me countless hours to create stories like this that keep you entertained. Do me a favor and smash the like button, comment where you're watching from, and drop a follow. Amara woke in a bed that cost more than everything she'd ever owned. Egyptian cotton sheets. No aching back. The room didn't smell like mildew. The penthouse overlooked all of Gangnam, floor-to-ceiling windows revealing Seoul sprawling beneath her like a kingdom of light. 3 days since that night. 3 days that felt like a lifetime. Min-jae had given her the guest suite. Hadn't touched her beyond that protective arm. Hadn't demanded anything. Just said, rest. We'll talk when you're ready. But she couldn't rest. Couldn't reconcile the woman in this silk nightgown with the woman scrubbing toilets at 5 a.m. A knock. Miss Jackson? Mr. Park asks if you'll join him for breakfast. The dining room was all windows and morning light. Min-jae stood when she entered, wearing casual black slacks and white button-down with rolled sleeves. Tattoos she'd never seen, a tiger, Korean characters, geometric patterns, marked his revealed forearms. Amara. The way he said her name made her chest tight. Please sit. The table overflowed with food. American breakfast, Korean breakfast, fresh fruit, coffee, and tea. I didn't know what you preferred, he said, almost apologetic. So both. This is too much. It's not enough. He poured her coffee, added cream without asking, somehow he knew. You need to eat. She picked up her fork with shaking hands. The eggs tasted like heaven, real butter, fresh herbs. Min-jae watched with intensity that should have been uncomfortable but wasn't. The men from the lounge, she said quietly. What happened? His expression went cold. They're being handled. Handle how? They'll never threaten anyone again. That's all you need to know. And Young? Min-jae's jaw tightened. He had a daughter. Medical bills. They exploited that. He paused. I paid his debts. Gave him enough to start over elsewhere. He's alive. You let him live? Desperate people make bad choices. His eyes met hers. I understand desperation. Your sister, he continued. Imani, 20, Spelman College, biology and chemistry double major. Wants to be a doctor. Amara's fork clattered. How? I know everything about you now. I had to. He leaned forward. Her tuition is paid. Through graduation and medical school. She has security she doesn't know about. Before you refuse, this isn't charity. You saved my life. This is what I owe you. I'm not a charity case. No. You're the woman who risked everything to save a stranger. He reached across the table, palm up. Let me take care of you. Please. She stared at his scarred hand, slowly placed hers in it. His fingers closed, warm, careful, possessive. Why are you doing this? Because when I look at you, I see someone who understands survival, sacrifice, fighting for the people you love. His thumb traced circles on her palm. Because for the first time, someone saw me as a person worth saving instead of a monster worth fearing. 8 days in Min-jae's world. Her past came knocking. He was working when his phone buzzed. His body went rigid. Where? He snapped. Then in English. Amara, stay here. Don't move. What's wrong? He pulled on his jacket, face transformed to lethal. Someone's asking about you at your old apartment. American man. Matches your ex-boyfriend's description. Blood drained from her face. Marcus. He's in Seoul. Found where you lived. My men are watching him. Min-jae cupped her face. Someone funded his trip. The Zhao family. They're trying to get to me through you. Do you trust me? She nodded. Good girl. He kissed her forehead. I'll be back within the hour. 47 agonizing minutes later, he returned. His knuckles were bleeding. What did you do? Sit down. They sat. She examined his split knuckles. Is he alive? Yes. On a flight to Atlanta. 2 broken ribs, shattered nose, and clear understanding that if he ever speaks your name again, I'll finish the job. Min-jae's eyes were black ice. He's marked now. No one in Atlanta will hire him. Help him. He's finished. You can do that? From here? I can do anything to protect what's mine, Amara. Anything. His voice softened. Are you angry? She should be. Should lecture about violence, civilization, law. But all she felt was safe. I should be terrified, she admitted. But all I can think is, I feel protected. Is that wrong? No. He pulled her against his chest. It's understanding who I am and accepting it. She buried her face in his shirt, cedar and violence and safety mixed together. I'm a monster, Amara, he murmured. But I'll be your monster. Every single day. 2 weeks in, Min-jae announced. Tonight, I cook for you. He transformed the kitchen, moving with precision, measuring, chopping, tasting. Come here. You need to learn this. He taught her bulgogi, his hands guiding hers through marinating beef. Showed her banchan preparation. Set up the table grill. In Korea, eating together is sacred, he explained. Family.
Trust.
You share from the same plate. When the meat was ready, he held a piece to her lips with chopsticks. Open.
She did.
The flavors exploded, sweet, savory, perfect. Good. Amazing. He smiled, transforming his cold features into something beautiful and young. Now you feed me. Her hands were clumsy, but he waited patiently. When she got a piece to his mouth, his eyes never left hers. Jagiya, he murmured. That means honey in Korean. My honey. Jagiya, she repeated. His eyes darkened. Say it again. Jagiya. He leaned across and kissed her. Their first kiss. Soft questioning, tasting like bulgogi and promise. When he pulled back, his hand cradled her jaw. I'm falling for you, he admitted, since you slid that note under my glass. Her heart hammered. This is insane. 2 weeks. Time doesn't matter when you've been waiting your whole life to feel something real. His thumb traced her lip. Tell me you don't feel this. She couldn't, because she did. I feel it, she whispered. He kissed her deeper, hungrier. When they broke apart, breathing hard, he pressed his forehead to hers. Stay with me. Not as a guest. Stay as mine. Min-jae. I know I'm asking everything. I know I'm dangerous. But I swear I'll keep you safe. Give you everything. Be whatever you need. His voice cracked. Please. She thought about invisibility, about 3 years of dying slowly, and about being alive, being seen, being his. Okay, she breathed.
Yes.
I'll stay. He pulled her into his lap, held her like she was precious, kissed her like oxygen. That night, she moved to his bedroom. Not for sex, though the tension was electric, but for closeness. He held her all night, body wrapped protectively around hers. For the first time in 3 years, Amara slept without nightmares. Their love is growing, but danger is coming. Don't miss what happens next. 1 month in, everything shattered on a Tuesday afternoon. Amara was at one of Min-jae's restaurants, learning operations, when she overheard 2 Korean businessmen. Park Min-jae's gone soft. One said in Korean, playing house with that American girl. Black girl. The other sneered. She's got him wrapped around her finger. The organization's laughing. The Zhao family is making moves. They think he's weak now. There'll be war soon. Amara's blood ran cold. She called Min-jae immediately. We need to talk. When he arrived, she confronted him. People are saying you're weak because of me. That there's going to be war. His jaw tightened. Let me worry about business. This is about me. I'm making you a target. You're making me human. There's a difference. People are going to die. People die in my world regardless. But it's worse because of me. He grabbed her shoulders. Listen, I've been planning to legitimize for years. The Zhao family would have made moves regardless. You didn't cause this. You gave me a reason to finish what I started. What if you get killed? I won't. You can't promise that. Yes, I can. Because I have you to live for now. He pressed his forehead to hers. I'll fight through hell itself to come back to you, every time. But his words didn't comfort her. That night, lying in his arms, she whispered, maybe I should leave. Keep you safe. His arms tightened like iron. No. Min-jae, you're not leaving. We face this together. His voice was fierce. I've been alone my whole life. I survived alone. But I don't want to just survive anymore. I want to live. And I can only do that with you. She wanted to believe him. But fear whispered, this happiness can't last. Her phone rang the next day. Unknown number. Hello. Heavy breathing. Then a voice with Chinese accent. Miss Jackson. You don't know me, but I know everything about you. Her blood froze. Who is this? A friend. A warning. Min-jae Park has made many enemies. You've made him soft, weak. This is dangerous. What do you want? Leave Seoul tonight. Ticket waiting at Incheon Airport. Atlanta, first class. $50,000 in your account. A gift. I'm not leaving him. Then you'll watch him die. We move tonight. The restaurant where he's taking you. Bullets don't discriminate, Miss Jackson. If you're there, you die too. Is he worth your life? The line went dead. Amara called Min-jae, voicemail. Called his security, same. She was hyperventilating when Ji-won found her. I need to get to Min-jae.
Now.
There's going to be an attack tonight. 20 minutes later, they were racing through Seoul traffic. Every second felt like eternity. They arrived at his office building. Security rushed her to the private elevator. The doors opened to chaos. Men running.
Shouting.
Blood on someone's shirt. The sharp smell of fear. Amara. Min-jae emerged from his office, face transforming from command to concern. He reached her, hands checking for injuries. What happened? Someone called. Warned me. Attack tonight. The restaurant. They said I'd watch you die. His expression went lethal. He pulled her into his office, shut the door. Tell me everything. She repeated it all. His face got colder with every word. The Zhao family. He made a call, spoke deadly Korean. When he hung up, you're not going near that restaurant. You're staying here, safe room, armed guards. No, Amara.
No.
I'm not hiding while you walk into an ambush. You said we face things together. Not this. Never this. He gripped her shoulders. This is my world. You don't belong in this violence. I'm already in it. They called me, threatened me. Tears streamed. You promised we'd face things together. Not this. I can't lose you. If something happened because of me, my choices, my enemies. His control cracked. I'd burn the world down. Become my father. Everything you make me want to be would be gone. She cupped his face. Then don't go.
Please.
Run away with me. If I run, they'll hunt us forever. You, me, Imani, everyone I care about becomes a target. He pressed his forehead to hers. The only way to keep you safe is to end this. Tonight. Permanently. You could die. I won't. I promise, Jagia, I'll come back. Because you're waiting for me. The safe room was fortified, comfortable but clinical. Ji-won stayed with her. 2 armed guards outside. Amara paced. Checked her phone obsessively. Replayed every moment of the last 7 weeks. What if forever ends tonight?
He'll be fine, Ji-won said.
Mr. Park always comes back. You've seen him in danger before? Many times. But he's never had a reason to survive before. You've changed him. That makes him more dangerous, not less. Hours crawled. 7 p.m.
8. 9.
At 9:47 p.m., her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Hello. He's bleeding. Your ice prince is bleeding, but still standing. Impressive. We didn't expect such resistance. Where is he? The restaurant. He's killed 6 of my men. But we have 15 more. Eventually, Miss Jackson. Even ice melts. If he dies, I'll hunt you myself. The man laughed. If he dies, you'll never find us. But tell me, is he worth all this blood? Go to hell. She hung up, turned to the guards. Take me to the restaurant. Now. Miss Jackson, Mr. Park's orders. I don't care. He's bleeding, and I'm going to him. Take me now, or I'll find my own way. The guards exchanged looks. Made a decision. Yes, ma'am. The restaurant was a war zone. Shattered windows. People screaming. Gunpowder in the air. Amara ran through Seoul streets in heels and the dress she'd worn for their date. Ran toward gunfire and the man she loved. She found him in the main dining room. Min-jae Park stood in carnage, suit torn and blood-soaked. Left arm hanging wrong. Blood streaming from a cut above his eye. Knuckles raw. But his right hand held a gun with deadly steadiness. For bodies around him. 3 more men circling. Min-jae, she screamed. His head whipped toward her. Eyes wide with horror.
No. Get out.
Run. The distraction cost him. 1 man lunged. They grappled. The gun skittered across blood-slicked marble. Amara watched frozen as Min-jae fought 3 men with a broken arm. watched him move like violence incarnate, brutal, efficient. He broke one man's knee, crushed another's windpipe. But he was injured, outnumbered. The third man pulled a knife. Amara didn't think. She grabbed the fallen gun. Heavier than expected, cold metal burning. She'd never fired a gun. Her father died from guns. She hated them. But she raised it anyway. Get away from him. The man turned, smiled, walked toward her. American girl can't shoot. Too soft. She pulled the trigger. The recoil knocked her back. The sound was deafening. Her shot went wide. But it was enough distraction. Min-jae moved like death itself. Grabbed the knife, drove it up under the man's ribs.
He dropped.
Silence. Min-jae stood breathing hard, covered in blood. 7 bodies around him. He turned to Amara. His eyes wild, inhuman, dangerous. Then recognition flooded back. Humanity returned. Amara, he breathed. She dropped the gun, ran to him. His good arm wrapped around her, crushing her against bloody chest. You weren't supposed to see this. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Police burst in. EMTs. More of his men. Chaos again, questions, medical attention, explanations. But Amara held Min-jae through all of it. Held him as EMTs set his shoulder with a sickening pop. Held him as he gave statements. Held him as bodies were removed. His hands had killed 7 men tonight. Those same hands held her face, so gently now. I'm a monster, he whispered. You saw what I am. She looked at the blood, the bodies, the destruction. She thought about her father dying alone, about Marcus's fists, about being invisible, and about Min-jae, who'd seen her, protected her, loved her, made her feel alive. You're my monster, she said fiercely. And I'm staying. Can their love survive this violence? Let's see what happens next. If this story is as intriguing to you as it is to me, drop a like and a comment. I want to know what you think. Back at the penthouse, after wounds were bandaged and police satisfied, reality crashed down. Amara sat on the bathroom floor, shaking uncontrollably. She couldn't stop seeing the blood, the bodies, the way Min-jae had moved, so efficient, so deadly, so practiced. She'd shot at someone. Her hand still smelled like gunpowder. Min-jae found her, sat down carefully, shoulder immobilized in a sling. Talk to me. I can't do this. The words came out broken. I thought I could, but I can't. This violence, this blood, this is your life. People died because of us. They'd have found another excuse. This isn't your fault. But it's worse because of me. I make you want to be better, to go legitimate, and that makes you weak in their eyes. I'm the reason you almost died. You're the reason I fought to survive. His voice was steel. Before you, I didn't care if I lived or died. But tonight I had a reason.
You.
I had you waiting. I can't watch you die. Maybe I should take that plane ticket. Maybe me leaving keeps you alive. His hand gripped her chin, forced her to look at him, eyes blazing. If you leave, I'll follow you. I'll tear the world apart to find you. I'll abandon everything, the business, soul. All of it. Because none of it matters without you. His voice cracked. You want to keep me alive? Then stay. Give me a reason to become the man you believe I can be. I'm scared. So am I. He pulled her against his good side. I'm terrified. Because I have something to lose now. You. They sat together, both shaking. I shot at someone, she whispered. I hate guns. I hate violence. I know. And I'm sorry you had to make that choice.
But you did it anyway.
You ran toward danger instead of away. You chose me even knowing what I am. Your hands were so gentle this morning. And tonight they killed 7 men. I know. He was quiet. My hands will always be capable of violence. That will never change. But these hands, he lifted his scarred knuckles, will only ever touch you with gentleness. Only ever protect you, hold you, love you. I promise. How do I reconcile those two things? I don't know. But if you can figure it out, if you can accept both, then maybe I'm not as lost as I thought. At dawn, Amara walked through the penthouse, looked at the life she'd built in 7 weeks. Beautiful clothes, Korean textbooks, nursing school enrollment papers, photos of them together, her laughing, him smiling genuinely for maybe the first time in years. She thought about her life before. The invisibility, working herself to exhaustion. Marcus's fists. She'd been dying slowly, safely dying, invisibly dying, but dying. With Min-jae, she was alive. Terrifyingly, dangerously alive. She walked back to the bedroom, found him sitting on the bed edge, staring at bandaged hands. I'm not leaving. His head shot up. Hope and fear warred in his expression. Let me finish. She knelt before him, took his hands. I'm not leaving because leaving would be choosing safety over living. Choosing invisibility over being seen. And I'm done being invisible. Even knowing what I am? Especially knowing what you are. She pressed his hands to her cheeks. You're dangerous. You're violent. You've killed. But you've also protected me, seen me, loved me when I thought I was unlovable. You've given my sister a future. You've given me a future. The cost is fear, danger, never being completely safe.
Her voice steadied.
But the cost of leaving would be higher. Losing the first person who ever made me feel alive. And I'm not willing to pay that price. You deserve better. Maybe. But I choose this life. I choose you. She climbed into his lap carefully. I choose us, Min-jae. The man who cooks for me and the man who kills to protect me. Because they're the same man. My man. He buried his face in her neck. She felt wetness, tears he'd probably never shed before. I don't deserve you.
You don't get to decide that.
I do. And I choose you. They held each other as Seoul woke up outside. As their impossible love became undeniably real. 3 days later, the Zhao family sent an emissary. An older Chinese man arrived at the penthouse. They met in the living room. Min-jae on one side, his arm in a sling, Amara beside him because she'd refused to leave. Mr. Park, the man said in English. The Zhao family acknowledges your resilience. 15 of our men dead. Impressive. State your business, Min-jae said coldly. We offer terms. You surrender your Itaewon holdings. We take Gangnam protection operations. In exchange, the war ends. Miss Jackson leaves. Everyone walks away. No, Min-jae said immediately. Mr. Park, be reasonable. I said no. Here are my terms. The Zhao family leaves Seoul.
Completely.
Every operation, every person, every connection. 72 hours. If you're not gone, I don't just kill your men. I dismantle your entire organization. Hong Kong, Shanghai, Beijing. I burn it all. The emissary's eyes widened. You don't have that kind of power. Try me. I've been building alliances for 10 years. Every family the Zhaos have crossed. Every organization you've cheated. I've been patient, waiting for the right moment. He smiled, cold and terrible. Threatening her was your mistake. You gave me my reason. Now watch what I can do. The emissary's face went pale. 72 hours. Tell your bosses. The Ice Prince isn't melting. He's just learned what's worth freezing the world for. After the man left, Amara turned to Min-jae. Can you really destroy their entire organization?
Yes.
It will take resources.
Time.
Allies.
But yes.
He looked at her. Is that too much? Too violent?
She thought about it.
Really thought. They threatened to kill you. To kill me. They sent 15 men to gun you down.
She took his hand.
Finish this. End them. Do whatever you have to do to keep us safe. It will be bloody. I know. You might see things. Hear things. Know things you can't unknow. I'll handle it. She cupped his face. I'm not scared anymore. I'm your woman. And your woman doesn't run from blood. He pulled her into his lap, kissed her desperately. I love you. God, Amara, I love you so much. I love you too. Forever. Whatever comes. She pressed her forehead to his. Now show the Zhao family why you're called the Ice Prince. His eyes went cold and deadly and certain. With pleasure, Jigia. The war lasted 3 days. Methodical. Surgical. Min-jae didn't just drive out the Zhao family. He destroyed them. Assets frozen. Connections exposed. Operations in China collapsed from inside, as every enemy they'd made received detailed information on how to hurt them most. On the 3rd night, Min-jae came home exhausted but final. It's done. The Zhaos are finished. They'll spend the next decade rebuilding from nothing. They'll never threaten us again. Amara searched his face. How many? How many what? How many people died? He was quiet. Including the restaurant? 23. All of them men in the business. No civilians. No innocents. 23 deaths. All because she'd slipped him a note. She should feel guilty. Feel sick. But all she felt was relief. They were safe. Finally. Permanently safe. Come here. He crossed to her. Let her pull him down. Let her hold him while he finally let go of iron control. I'm sorry you're in this world. Sorry you've seen this violence. Stop. She tilted his face up. I chose this. I choose you. Every day. She kissed him softly. The Zhaos threatened us. They killed first. You just finished it. Does that make it right? I don't know. But it makes us alive. And that's enough for me. They sat together as Seoul glittered outside. As their violent, dangerous, impossible world stabilized. What now? Now I finish going legitimate. Sell off the last criminal operations. Become the man my mother wanted me to be. He pulled her closer. Build a life with you. A real life. Together? Forever. He kissed her then, deep and claiming and full of promise. This broken, dangerous, beautiful man who'd learned to love again because she'd chosen to save his life. And Amara Jackson, who'd spent 3 years being invisible, was finally gloriously seen. 3 years later, Amara woke to Seoul sunrise, no longer needing an alarm. She stretched in the king-sized bed, reaching for Min-jae. His side was cool, empty. Downstairs, she heard quiet Korean music, sizzling, a deep voice singing softly. Saturday morning, Min-jae was making breakfast. She pulled on his oversized shirt and padded downstairs. The penthouse had changed, photos covering walls now. Their wedding day, Imani's medical school graduation, family dinners, everyday moments of love. Min-jae stood at the stove making pajeon, wearing gray sweatpants and nothing else. At 38, he was somehow more devastating.
He'd softened.
Smiled easily. Laughed often. You're staring again, he said without turning. Can't help it. My husband is beautiful. He turned, grinned. Your husband is making you breakfast. Show some respect. She wrapped arms around his waist from behind. I respect you very much. Especially shirtless. He laughed, that full, genuine laugh she'd coaxed from him over 3 years. Good morning, Mrs. Park. Good morning. She'd never tire of that name. Amara Jackson Park. How's our daughter? His hand dropped to her rounded belly, 6 months pregnant. Active. Kicking since 5 a.m. Already strong like her mother. Min-jae knelt, pressed lips to her belly, spoke soft Korean. Appa loves you, little one. Watching this former crime lord gently talk to their unborn daughter made her eyes burn. After breakfast, they walked through Gangnam, their Saturday ritual. Seoul felt like home now. They passed Park Foundation Medical Center, the non-profit clinic Min-jae built. Amara had finished nursing school top of her class and now ran it, providing free healthcare to Seoul's working poor and immigrants. The people she'd once been invisible among now knew her name. Thanked her. Brought baby gifts. Proud of you, Min-jae murmured. It's your clinic. It's your dream. I just funded it. They stopped at the restaurant where they'd first shared bulgogi, now one of 15 Min-jae owned. All legitimate, successful, employing people who needed second chances. He'd built an empire. Just not the one his father intended. They visited the orphanage where Min-jae donated heavily, serving children who'd lost parents to gang violence. Children like they'd been. A 7-year-old Korean boy climbed into Min-jae's lap. "Will you be my appa?" Amara's heart clenched. They'd talked about adoption. Min-jae's eyes met hers. She nodded. "We'll talk to the director," Min-jae promised in Korean. "Would you like that?" The boy nodded fiercely. As they left, Amara squeezed his hand. "You're going to be an amazing father." "I had no example. I'm terrified." "You won't be like him. You're gentle, patient, loving. Our daughter is the luckiest." He pulled her close, kissed her temple. "Because of you, you taught me how to be human again." That evening, they sat on their terrace under stars. "Remember that night?" Amara asked. "The note. Every day. 3 words that changed everything." He pulled her against his chest. "Don't drink this." "I was so scared. You were so brave. You saved my life, and then you kept saving it every day just by existing." She turned in his arms. "You saved mine too. Made me visible. Made me alive." "Together," he murmured. "Forever." They sat wrapped in each other as Seoul glittered below. Their city, their world, their life. It had started with a note and a choice. 3 words scribbled in shaky Korean. And led to this. Love, family, safety, home.
To being seen.
To being alive. To forever. This is what happens when you choose courage over safety, love over fear. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to remember. You deserve to be seen, protected, and loved. Sometimes the most dangerous choice is also the most beautiful one. Sometimes saving someone else's life means they save yours right back. Thank you for watching their journey. Subscribe for more stories that prove love can transform even the darkest hearts.